So, I was walking to the bus stop from work yesterday, and I was feeling very downtrodden. And I think I was also coming off of a possible caffeine high. But, I was looking up at the beautiful sky. It was this gorgeous shade of blue with white, puffy clouds scattered throughout the sky. And it was 5 p.m., so it was, dusk was approaching swiftly. But it's just like in that moment, I felt so emotional. I don't know if this happens to anybody else, but all these thoughts just flooded my mind. And I've been thinking lately about this one thought has been just echoing in my mind. And it's that I wasn't ever supposed to get out. And that's a pretty heavy thought if you know my backstory and some of the stuff that I've been through and where I'm from and all of that. And I guess the reason I'm making this video is that for self-reflection and also to just put out a positive message that never give up and that you can transcend, excuse me, your environment and your situation. And I do feel that we do have a purpose. I think that, having consciousness and being a human, being able to have so many thoughts and emotions, I feel like we do have purposes, and maybe they're not always good. In our lives, it's almost as if every person has a purpose in your life. Every person you meet. And that's like talking about people that you have any sort of like meaningful connection, like whether it be a extended conversation or they used to be a friend of yours. I do feel that everyone has their purpose in your life, and you have your purpose in everyone's life that you meet. And I think it's best to always strive to have a positive purpose, but even all the times that you've negatively impacted someone's life, you've had that purpose in their life, whether it be to put them on a different path or to change their perspective or to teach them a lesson. So when I think about I was never supposed to get out, I still sometimes feel so trapped, even though I'm so far gone from so much. And that's not just physically, that's mentally, that's emotionally. Um, but I just feel like I had these, when I was born, growing up, I just felt like I had chains on me that whole time. And like, I didn't necessarily feel that way when I was really young, but looking back, like I did. And to look around at, people in my life and people that I knew, a lot of them never did get out. And I don't know why I've been able to keep the mentality that I have and want to push through all the shit in my life, and why I wanted to always do better for myself, always be a better person. I don't know why. I think a lot of that is due to people that I've met and people that I still know to this day. And I'm very lucky. But even those people and the influence they've had in my life, in the end it was my decision. It's always been my decision. And part of the way that I was raised is to fend for myself, unfortunately. And I think that's why I don't make a very good friend and why I always working on that. And why I withdraw myself, and I won't necessarily hit somebody up to hang out or whatever, because I was taught to deal with my own shit, and I was taught through many examples that we are so alone in this life, which is true and it isn't. And so something that I've tried to work on a lot is balance and knowing the difference between all of that. So that was just like a little moment in time that I really got thinking about all of that and about how alone I feel here, because I've left so much that I had gotten really comfortable and cozy being around, whether that be my job that I had, which wasn't super amazing, but it's just one of those jobs where you've just been there long enough to not want to leave just because the benefits are like just a little bit better than going somewhere and starting fresh. And not knowing where to start, not knowing what to do next. And that's something I really struggle with, is just knowing what to do next, where to go from here, how to get from point A to point B. And even though I want help from people, I wish that people could and would help me, they don't necessarily know how to get from point A to point B either. So yeah, I miss so much about being home. I feel like an alien sometimes here, and that's really hard. But I just have to shake myself and tell myself, and I have to do it myself, people could preach to me till they're blue in the face, but I have to get it in my mind myself. I have to understand it myself, that it's all about perspective. So yeah, I feel so alone and things are so hard. It's hard starting fresh. It's hard starting over. It's hard getting another chance. But if you just change your perspective a little bit, a lot falls into place. A lot. And thankfully, I am pretty perceptive and open to letting other people influence my life in a positive way. In a negative way, at the same time, I take that pretty harshly, but at least I eventually come to the conclusion that screw them, they don't matter, their opinions don't matter. Yeah. So even though I wasn't ever supposed to get out, I did. And thinking about all the stuff that I've been through, very bad things, I'm glad that I've done it. I'm glad that I've tried. And I have given up a lot. There's been many times that I'm like, I give up. And that's in terms of, my mental health and all of that. I give up. I quit. But I pick myself back up again. And I'm still a hard worker, a lover, a fighter. I'm still willing to go to bat for the people that mean the most to me. And I still constantly strive to be a better person and to learn, and hopefully have a lot more meaning in life, because isn't that what life is really all about? Is the meaning, you know? Like what meaning that we find in life, our purpose, you know, like finding that meaning and finding that purpose just adds so much value to your life. I don't know. Eventually, hopefully, I'll find more meaning. And I have plans. I always have plans. Most of them never come to fruition, but I always have plans. And that's all for this video. I just wanted to spit that out. Thanks for watching. And until next time, take care.